Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, Lakers Jazz tonight in Utah, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. I am not much interested in this basketball game, and I don't think most people who are on the Lakers side of things really are at this point. We know we're obviously playing for our playoff lives, but we also understand that LeBron James and Anthony Davis will, in fact, not be available tonight. They're not going to give it a go until Friday. We know for a fact Anthony Davis plans on playing Friday, and it is said that LeBron James intends to play Friday as well. So the Pelican game is what they're targeting, and this one will be another one of those games. Another one of those games without our stars where we're going up against a team in Utah at home who have a lot to play for right now. They're trying to keep from falling out of the top six seeds, and this game is going to help a lot if they can get a victory and assuring that they don't fall down there with us in the play-in tournament. And I'll tell you right now, Utah is the team that I want to face. If there's ever a team, if I'm any of the bottom teams that I want to face in the Western Conference, it's them. They've struggled. If I'm not mistaken, they've lost 5 straight. Donovan Mitchell's been on a tear. He's scoring the ball very well. Rudy Gobert can still do what it is that he does, rebounding and being a rim protector. But ultimately, ultimately, the Utah Jazz have just been struggling lately. But the good thing for them is they're getting 2 players back, 2 players that they have in their rotation, in Daniel House and Bojan Bogdanovic, who are going to be returning after missing almost 10 games apiece. So, um, my thing about players coming back into rotations will definitely apply here. Sometimes you can take advantage of that. When lineups are shuffled around a little bit, you might find opportunities to kind of take advantage of players who are just trying to work their way back. Work their way back in. Maybe you can try to exploit them defensively, that kind of thing. That's what I always like to say. So I don't think that will really be the case tonight because the Los Angeles Lakers are at such a disadvantage. We have several players that are trying to play hurt. Wenyen Gabriel being one of them, who's dealing with an ankle as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's an ankle. And, we're just limited. We're limited. I just, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Malik Monk plays. Austin Reeves, THT, can they carry some of the load tonight? Will we see good minutes given to players like Stanley Johnson and DJ Augustine, who's been shooting the ball very, very well lately? Um, it's really just about just playing these games out. I mean, what can I say? If the Lakers can get a victory, it still keeps us mathematically within this situation. San Antonio dropped a game last night of a thriller. Um, Against who was that they played against? My mind is gone blank in that regard, but they did lose the game that they played in, thus keeping us within this situation. We're now moved back into the 10th spot, a half game ahead of them. So, every game we're playing is important mathematically, but as you guys know, I just don't see the fruit in competing when the team is as it is. But there's a game tonight. There's a game in Utah. After seeing what they did last in Dallas, giving up 80 plus points in the first half, which was the most points we had ever given up. If I'm not mistaken, it was 82. I think we set the record. We just continue to dig new lows for ourselves, and I just felt like that last game was just one of the worst efforts and performances and just overall games that I had seen. I didn't watch too much of it, as you guys know if you watch my video on it, but the little that I did see was terrible. Really, really bad defense, really, really bad effort, really small lineups that didn't make any sense, and just a whole lot of Luka Doncic and Reggie Bullock and shooters all over the place just knocking us down. So when you consider what the Lakers did against the Dallas Mavericks in terms of the 3 ball, and then you look at the Utah Jazz and you know that their whole system is centered around shooting the 3 ball, you just have concerns about how we're going to handle them tonight. You definitely see us having trouble with Rudy because obviously being undersized, you know who he is and what he does and what he brings to the table. You just can't see us having success there either. So the strangest thing about this Utah Jazz team is that we've beat them twice already. We've only seen them twice and we beat them twice. And the reason why is because they shot so very poorly against us in that first game. And that second game, they came back and laid an egg as well. So like they play especially poor against this ball club. And maybe we can luck up and have them lay an egg tonight. But even if they do, we still are so undermanned that I don't really know that we'd be able to walk through that door they left open for us, to be honest. And I just don't see how that even works. Now, we do have Hassan Whiteside who will be out tonight. So you definitely see opportunities to where if you can get Rudy in foul trouble, maybe you could shrink their bench a little bit and have yourself an opportunity. But outside of that, we match up so poorly against a team that just can't seem to play well against us. So I don't know to expect them to continue to play poorly or for them to come out like gangbusters having played us so poorly, not wanting to duplicate that for a third time. And given everything on the line for them and as poorly as they've played these last couple games, you just don't know which way to lean. For all you know, they're just going to come out and lay another egg and we could be looking in for one of the ugliest games we've ever seen. That's potential when you got two struggling teams coming together. So, like I said, Donovan Mitchell, this is a big opportunity for him to show off. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is starting to get implemented to what they do. They had just acquired him when we last seen them, and they didn't have him yet worked into the rotation. I'd imagine he's going to get more of an opportunity to do what he does tonight. Jordan Clarkson is somebody we're going to have to keep an eye on because obviously he's going to be extra motivated to go up against us. And they do have plenty of guys, Royce O'Neal, who's going to be available. You just understand that Bogdanovic is going to be working his way back, so you could probably, like I said, take advantage of him, try to attack him defensively, get him backpedaling, get that team playing at a pace they're not comfortable with. It's unfortunate that we don't have Bron out there tonight, but with Russell and THT and Malik Monk, we should still be looking to push the pace against this team and try to keep them backpedaling as best as possible. I think that's our best bet, to attack them, make them run. And I hope Donovan Mitchell doesn't run us out the gym in that process. So, it is what it is, man. I honestly, genuinely don't know what to expect. But one thing I know I don't expect is really good basketball. I don't expect this to be a high-powered, free-flowing, really, really good game. I'll be very surprised if we just see just perfect basketball out there. Because these two teams, the way they've been playing, no. You could potentially see a low score tonight. So, I'm just curious to see if the Lakers can try to find a way to make this their own game, some magical way. I harken back to that Charlotte game in Charlotte where we played well without everybody. We didn't even have Malik Monk in that game, and I think we still came out there and played excellent and only lost by a couple of points and stuff like that. So that's the game I always look back to when I was considering Bron not being out there and us possibly playing well. So, it is what it is, man. This Utah game, I would have loved to once again have Bron out there for this one. This is sort of like I said about the Philly game, if you could go for this one, we could probably sneak it. Because even though we didn't realize we could beat Philly, by the time the game started and we started getting into those quarters, we started realizing they didn't bring their A game and we probably could have snuck one out. So, these are the things that matter when you're trying to fight for an opportunity to make the playoffs. But, rushing people back doesn't seem smart to me. And I've said it once and I said it then. So I'm sure you guys get the point. I'll be watching as much of this game as I can stomach. If the Lakers get out to a slow start and blow defensive assignments and start lowering their shoulders or rather slumping their shoulders and not playing well, I'll turn them off. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I will watch highlights and tell you what I see there, but I am not in the business of watching bad basketball. I'm really not. So hopefully they can give us something to watch, give us something to root for, and, give us some hope out there. It'll be great to see a nice night of basketball. We haven't had a whole lot of those this year, but the team had been playing better up until we came back home, basically. And, you just want to see them end the season on a high note no matter who's on the floor. Show some Laker pride out there, We get it. We're not the greatest team in the world. We get it. We're lacking everything that we need, but let's show some heart. Let's make people feel like they they had to sweat out there against us. If we can do that tonight, that's good enough for me, man. So that's what I got to say. PDF 44. Everyone enjoy the game. That's what I got.